What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to the IEM Expo here in beautiful Katowice, Poland. It is time to kick off the ESL Katowice Royale International Tournament. That's right, we have 100 of the best players from all corners of the globe. We have 28 different nationalities represented right here on this stage, fighting out for a prize pool of $500,000. Truly an exciting time to be part of Fortnite. My name is Onset. I'll be your desk host for the next 3 days, but I've got to talk about the wonderful gentleman I've got alongside me as well. Starting off at the end there, Mr. Speedy Gonzalez, looking fabulous. How are you doing, buddy?
Thank you so much, Onset. I'm so excited to be here live from Poland, where it is freezing. I'm not going to lie to you. But the gameplay tonight is guaranteed to be hot. And how can it not be hot? Absolutely. When there's a volcano on the map. Absolutely.
I mean, Season 8 is upon us. Jason Kaplan, we have you alongside me as well. Great to have you here, buddy. And as I say, we've kept Tomato Temple, but it's disappeared in Season 8, but we've got it here. It's more of a shrine at this point. Season 8, though, it's upon us.
It's going to be great. Season 8, the fact is all these players get to come into this with the volcano on the map now as well to change things up, with some areas being taken out. Rest in peace, Wailing Woods. But this is going to be exciting because, like you said, we have the best players in the world here now participating, and this is 100% the most competitive tournament we've ever had.
Absolutely, and of course, it's not just these guys on the desk as well. We want to hear from you guys at home. Show us where you're watching. Show us some photos of where you're watching from. Get your questions in for the players involved in the tournament, as well as the guys on the desk as well. How do you do that? It's a very good question. Use the hashtag ESL Katowice Royale, or you can get in touch on Facebook, as you can see below. So make sure you get your questions in for the guys on the desk, because we're pretty excited about this. I mean, we've got us guys on the desk. We're pretty excited at the moment. Baller backstage at the moment is literally bouncing around. Like, he cannot contain himself. He's all over the place.
He's so excited, and why not? I mean, we have a crowd here in the audience participating in this, getting involved as well. The players participating. I mean, the thing is, he did the secret skirmish last week, but with no one there to watch, right? And just like the players feed off the energy of the audience, so do we.
Absolutely. Bala just jumping up and down on the balls of his feet. So excited. And he's, you know, last week he was in, or 2 weeks ago, he was in secret skirmish, teaching us a lot of things as well. Great guy to be on the team.
Yeah. Now, obviously, this isn't the first weekend of action. We were here last weekend as well, where we had our Polish competitors find it out. And fantastic stuff from them, gentlemen. We were really impressed with some of their gameplay.
Yeah, 100%. The thing is, we came into this, I mean, into a region where we don't know a ton about the players. It's hard to really dive into what they could bring to the table, but I think almost everyone out there has been very impressed with what they were able to do as well. I mean, we had Jarkos, like, this player stand out, win the solo tournament himself, and really prove there's a lot of players here in Poland to fight with.
Absolutely. Jarkos won the solos last week, and he's actually taking Nick's Merck's spot in the solos today. So we're going to be able to see him, you know, compete and hopefully bring it home. You know, a couple of other Polish players here as well.
And on that note, we have some new names kind of coming up to the ranks, rising up, right? We also have some names that we expected to do really well last week, fall by the wayside. But they have their redemption chance here, right? They have their chance to get back into this and prove that they deserve to be here.
Absolutely. Second chances. You love to see them.
All right, obviously, we need to give a shout-out to Richard and Motas as well, who won the duos. But there's one man we haven't introduced. He's the man who's going to keep you up to date with absolutely everything that's happening in the audience, down on the floor. It's one of my favorite humans in the world. It's Adam Savage.
Oh, hi, Mark. Thank you, firstly, so much for that epic introduction. Cringe in the chat. My name is Adam Savage. I am over the moon to be your stage host at the course of the next few days here at the ESL Katowice Royale. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Of course, this weekend we have solos today, and the next 2 days we have duos. And this is the exciting part. In duos, points count across to the next day. What? That's crazy. All of our players here are, of course, competing for a chunk of that cheddar. $500,000. That's $500,000, baby. That's some serious, serious money. I can't wait to see what happens. Now, my role actually as stage host here comprises of a few key things. The first thing is player interviews. Over the next few days, of course, I'll be centre stage interviewing our winners over the course of solos and duos per game. I'm looking forward to that. Of course, I get the happy stuff. I can also present the trophies to our champions as well. Yes, good times. And last but no means least, arguably the best thing, I get to hype up this lovely crowd as well. Audience, are you excited for the ESL Katowice Royale? Make some noise for the players! They're getting there. They're getting there. The energy is not going to drop. Trust me, it's not going to drop at all. If it drops, I'll drop them. Seriously. Seriously. Mark, speaking of which, when Are we dropping, baby? I answer my pants. I can't wait to get started.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, we can get you up here at some point. I know you kind of invaded the stage last time, but it's more of an open invitation this time.
Thank you.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
And you're looking great.
I've got to say as well, Mark, it is so nice to see a fellow Brit there rocking Tomato Temple. You're doing an amazing job. I absolutely love it. You know, your diction, the elocution, you know, the vocabulary, you got some serious Shakespearean swagger going on, my friend.
It's too kind of you.
You would have swept up in the 17th century.
Oh, thank you, thank you. It's a bit out of my, age range.
I meant like a chimney sweep. That's what I was.
Rude.
Never
That's
mind,
going to do
never
it from
mind.
Adam.
Just
Thanks,
kidding.
Adam. We're going to move you away now. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
You were being nice, and then apparently that's what I'm in for the whole time we're here. So never mind. Adam, maybe we'll hear from you again. We're not sure. Anyway, let's talk about one of the players who we kind of mentioned a little bit, who is our wildcard entry for the solos today. Like Adam mentioned, we have our solos competition for today, $100,000 on the line. Yakos, I mean, what an incredible performance he had last weekend. What a great guy he is. What impressed you about this young man?
I think his calmness under pressure. I feel like it's one of his first times here on stage in front of an audience, playing in front of a home crowd. And when you go to events like this, it's not easy to transition from playing at home in front of your own computer, you know, whatever you're wearing, your own chair, and being able to play at the same kind of level here now in front of the stage, in front of people cheering you on. And he's really impressed me in how he can keep that composure.
That's right. These players are competing in front of a live audience today. But as I mentioned last week, it's just like riding a bicycle. Once you load into the lobby, you just kind of focus in, tunnel into, you know, draw on months of experience, and you just, you know, get into the flow.
And I think what I love best is that he didn't even know he would be playing in this tournament today when he went into his own solos for the Polish edition. He won the whole tournament, then he come out like, oh, I'm playing in next week as well, where the prize money is even higher, and I'm playing against even better players. Like, this is his chance to really break through and make a name for himself.
Yeah, last week was just a warm-up for him.
Yeah.
You can see the standings there of, obviously picking up that win at the end. He had a couple of victory royales in there. He had a second place in there as well. His consistency was really impressive, but the eliminations, that was what stood out for me. But
that's a good point. And that's something we have to talk about now, Speedy, is that this format is different than what we had just in the Secret Skirmish. Every elimination counts. Every elimination's worth 5 points. And with the Stormwings being taken out now with Season 8, which is a very important factor, people have to play more aggressive. And if you played in that Polish tournament and now you come into this, you know that. You know that you have to be a little bit more aggressive. You have to be a little bit more aggressive into how you go for these kind of eliminations. And you need to get those points on the board. You can't play passive and play for placing.
Absolutely. What I expect to see in game one is, you know, players kind of feeling each other out. However, because this is a new format for some of these players, they've been practicing Pop-Up Cup in the past, and this is a format that they haven't really had, you know, the opportunity to scrim and practice too much. So I definitely expect them to feel it out. But Jarkos definitely felt it out last week. He's going to come in feeling pretty confident.
And of course, we've got the changes of Season 8 as well. So there's a few, you know, headaches for a few players to think about where they're going to be dropping, etc. But we've got to remind ourselves of what these guys are playing for as well. $100,000 on the line. For a lot of these guys, you know, they've made some huge money already in their competitive Fortnite career. But $100,000, yes, you can see here. For first place, $20,000 in the bank. And you can see how the breakdown is there. That's such a huge amount of money to be competing for.
That's a lot of Yeezys.
That's a lot, that's a lot of Yeezys.
I actually think it's interesting, too, because if you look at the total standings of earnings across Fortnite, we're potentially going to have some mix-ups here. Because Tifu's not here to maintain and to fight for his #1 position. Now we have Bizzle coming in with about 16,400 difference between the two. This is his chance to overtake him, to overthrow him.
If Bizzle manages to go home with $17,000, he becomes the most winningest player in Fortnite.
Yeah, all up until later on with the World Cup as well.
Everything's going to change. I mean, from
but that's
tournament
still
to tournament,
impressive.
we're seeing the leaderboards change, but it is a chance for Bizzle to certainly put his marker down. Let's have a look at the schedule, though, for today, gentlemen, because obviously we've got a lot of games for today. We've got 7 rounds to get through, and you can see the first one will be kicking off at around 2:20 local time, and then every single hour, or even less than that, we were getting straight into games today. We have another game coming. They're coming thick, they're coming fast, and not a lot of time for people to maybe adjust. It's kind of game after game. You got to be on your ball.
That's a perfect point, actually, the adjusting factor. Because last week, we did have, after game 2, a nice little break for players to eat lunch and to give them time to think things over. Now you don't have that opportunity, right? Now you play one match, and you basically have to go straight into the next one after about 15 minutes of time. So your chance to think things through and figure out what do I need to do differently in this next game, that's been shut on you. You have to adapt mid-game, and I think that's where the Polish players are going to have the biggest advantage, knowing that they played last week, they know how this kind of format works, and they're going to be able to at least be extra aggressive early on.
Absolutely. There's definitely a lot less time to reevaluate your decisions in the previous match. And for some of these players, such as 72 Hours in Chap, whose landing spot got taken away, Rip Wailing, there's now a volcano there, and they have to, they haven't had the opportunity to practice their rotations, their landing spots, how to contest, where to go for mobility, and they're going to have a couple of minutes in between games to reevaluate their decisions.
I mean, hell, like the thing is, they're used to playing in North America. They're used to playing with opponents they play week in and week out, right? So they're used to knowing where everyone's going to be dropping across the map. Now they're coming into the international tournament where things can change up. They'll be playing against people they never expected to be there. They're going to be challenged out at every corner of the map.
Well, that's one thing I want to touch on a little bit more, gentlemen. We talked about how this is the international tournament. This is one of the biggest ever international tournaments as far as nationalities being represented is concerned. We have 28 different nationalities, and we have the chance for a lot of these players to compete against what are known as the best in the world, when they're a kind of a little bit of an unknown quantity. We have players coming in from Brazil. We have South Korean players coming in. Literally from every single region of the world is being represented here. As we have a look at the players attending, but Speedy, is there any players in particular that you've got your eye on this tournament?
I'm definitely interested to see how the X2 twins perform. Jesse and Jordan. The only way to tell them apart is by their 90s.
Okay, we'll let you do that.
In Australia, do they do 90s backwards?
Yeah, counterclockwise.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's a good point. Like, these are two players we have to keep our eye on because they have that telepathic link between the two. Obviously, not going to be a real thing, at least depends on what you believe in, but that gives up the option to really play a different style and really show what Australia has to this table.
Absolutely. Jesse took home Australia Open, came in first, but now he's in the lobby with EU players, Mitro, and NA players, Saf and Bizzle, who performed really well in Secret Skirmish 2 weeks ago. And it's going to be really interesting to see how all these players in the same lobby kind of mesh and how the outcome shakes out.
And the thing is, we have our big names you mentioned, like your Safs, your Bizzle. With Saf in particular, he finished first place in duos in Secret Skirmish, second place in solos. But he had the most eliminations in duos, and he had the second most eliminations in solos. He's been so consistent at that tournament, which is why I have him picked to probably win today.
And that's a great point as well, because, it's something that maybe we look back at the Secret Skirmish eliminations, they were a factor, but we looked at how Yakos played last week. Those eliminations in this format are what changed games. So if he can repeat that kind of performance, that second can quite comfortably turn into a first.
And I think it might actually. I mean, the thing is, there's so many big names here, but there's still some that just stand out beyond the rest. And then on the other side of that coin, right, we talk about the players that everyone knows about. What about the players that people don't know a ton about? Fa and History coming in from Brazil. This is a region where esports is probably like one of the most ingrained things within the culture. I think maybe like South Korea is the only country more ingrained in them. They have so many fans behind them. They are actually the best players in Brazil as well, and are representing themselves, representing their country. I think they're 100% a force to reckon with.
Absolutely. Also players like FaxFox, who's generally known for landing tilted, going to contest some of those known players such as Aiden, maybe Nick Merckx. Definitely going to keep an eye on that.
And then there's another player we have to mention. The prodigy, Milan, just turned 16.
Yeah, there's always a young, whatever esport, like, it's one thing you learn, whatever esport you had, there is always a young god, and we've got our eyes on this guy, right?
And not only is he a prodigy for a reason, which we're going to see today, he plays on a potato laptop, if I'm not mistaken, at home. Like, this guy has been able to play in the worst conditions. Now coming here with, the top-of-line PCs, the monitors as well, I wonder how much better he's going to play now because of this.
Yeah, it's almost become a meme, right? Like Milan playing on a potato, like a little dinky laptop.
Do you think he requested specifically like a laptop to play on instead of a PC here?
I think he tried. I think he tried.
I want to talk about Season 8, though, because obviously we had Season 8, the update dropped just a few days ago now. Bit of time for these players to adjust. They've had a few games on it, but maybe not as much as they potentially would have liked. But talk to me, Speedy, about some of the changes on the map, maybe for some of the people at home who haven't had the opportunity to catch up with Season 8.
So if you've been living under a rock for the past 48 hours, there is a volcano now on the map.
It's a massive volcano.
It's a massive volcano. There's a lot of mobility being added to that side of the region. Cannons, volcanic vents that launch you up into the air with redeploy. You just get around the area. There's pirate outposts all over the map now, and like I mentioned before, Wailing Woods, RIP, gone. So now a lot of these players that landed on the northeastern side of the map have to change their drop spots, have to live try to contest, try to make new rotations using a new format.
And not only changes to the map, I mentioned it before, the Stormwing now being out of the equation when it comes to this tournament and to come into Season 8. If you're one of those players who heavily relied on, hey, let's find a Stormwing early on, I want to play safe until top 15, top 20, then go for placement points. Well, now you're forced to take a lot more engagements early on than you never expected to, and that's going to hurt you so much.
That's right. You can't camp in the air in a Stormwing to get top 10 placement anymore. Now, you have to rely entirely on your ground rotation game. Launch pads, rifts are still in the game. But yeah, it's a completely different meta shift in terms of mobility. You have to use drift boards, you have to use those vents, you have to use anything you can get your hands on now.
I'm hoping people bring a pirate cannon, actually, towards the later stage of the game and just see everyone blasting out of those. Also, a change we haven't touched on is the drop rate for, like, the quality AR has actually been dropped. It's been decreased. Epic got, I think, one of the biggest hits, so it's a little bit harder to get the extra damage in. Legendary didn't get changed around too much. And that's an important factor when we get into what weapons you're going to have to fight. But the biggest change for me has to be the Infinity Dab got increased from 11 hours duration to 12.
Huge.
That is massive buff.
I've got a challenge for you, Jason. If you start now, I mean, me and Speedy can kind of carry this on. If you start now, we'll let you know when 12 hours is done. Are you good with that?
I could. I just don't dab.
Okay,
it's
fair
just not
enough.
me. It's not my
fair
style.
enough. Some of us do, some of us don't. And anyway, Speedy, another thing I want to talk about, you talk about how players' drops are changing and how their rotations are going to change. How do you feel like the players are going to react that have had to find these new drop spots very quickly? Do you think they're going to go to something maybe they've been more comfortable with before and kind of maybe dropped into some of those areas? Or do you think that they might kind of risk some of these new areas to drop in, having had a little bit of practice, a little bit of time under their belts on the map?
So this is the first time most of these players have been in the same lobby. A lot of common drop spots are going to be overlapping. 3/4 of the map kind of remain the same. There's only that northeastern region that's kind of like a question mark. But they haven't had a lot of time to really practice it. So I think they're going to be learning live, learning as they go. And I mean, yesterday they were practicing and they were like, I can't find like an uncontested spot. So I definitely expect them to, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for sure.
Good. Good. They need a challenge. Like, for me personally, if you want to call yourself the best in the world, you have to be able to adapt. You got Season 8 coming out. You're going to have to maybe change up your location. But I think in the end, everyone is generally confident in dropping anywhere on the map. They're just more confident at those specific spots. So I would assume they're still going to be fine overall.
I think that's going to make it interesting for me as well. It's just these first few games where these players are dropping certain areas. Say we have a couple of the big names just so happen to drop next to each other. That could be a big change because we've seen how one single game and one amount of points that you gain in one of these rounds can hugely affect your final standing. Yeah. You say that Saf and Bizzle land next to each other at the start, and everyone's like, okay, like one of these guys might die here, and then all of a sudden there are no points on the board and not the points that you want. The changes, they changed the meta like so significantly that, as you say, learning on the fly is going to be so important for these guys. And one thing I wanted to ask you, Speedy, is there any players that you know that adapt quicker than others, that sort of when the start of these seasons kick off, that all of a sudden they're like, okay, we pick it up straight away, we know where we want to go, and can kind of adjust on the fly and really make it their own?
That's a tough one because you never really want to change up your drop spot, going into a major tournament such as this. So they honestly have no choice. They have to adapt, and they have to adapt quickly.
And there's this whole mind game that goes on, this whole like mini game within the game that happens in Fortnite. We talked to Lothar, who was playing just last week, saying he dropped Viking Village. He won it 3 times out of like 4. And he's like, okay, there's no way someone's going to land here again next to me. And sure enough, next round, like 3 other players drop there. So there's this mind game of like, if I beat you, are you going to leave? Do you expect me to leave? And then you kind of have to deal with the situation given to you once you do drop down. Okay, let's talk about some more notable players. We kind of highlighted some of the players that are going to go under the radar a little bit. There's some ones to keep our eye on. Let's talk about the big boys. I mean, what are the big standout players for you, Speedy? Who are you expecting to be potentially lifting that trophy when all is said and done at the end of the solos?
Like I mentioned before, Saf did amazing in Secret Skirmish. I expect him to perform extremely well here.
I got a player for you we haven't talked about just yet, Mitro.
Ooh.
#1 earner in EU, 9th overall. That just shows the difference between NA and EU. This is his chance to not only win the whole tournament, but I think more importantly for him, to go up against 72 hours. Like, that's a victory in its own, right? Forget the trophy, forget the prize money. He wants his chance to go up against his rival.
That's the rivalry we all want to see happen.
Oh, yeah. And I can't wait for it, because it's going to be epic. You know, whichever one of those wins is going to be celebrated in the chair.
And a couple of players I want to talk about as well that were kind of
Bom dia a todos que estão aqui conosco acompanhando ESL Royale lá em Katowice, na Polônia. Eu sou o Nicolino, tô aqui acompanhado do meu parceiro DK. Fala aí, DK, bom dia, tudo bem?
Bom dia, Nicolino. Muito obrigado pela oportunidade. Vamos fazer aí um belo trabalho aí, vamos ver como é que vai sair esses jogos aí.
É isso, estamos começando então a primeira queda do dia, são 7. Bom dia para todos que acompanham aqui a nossa transmissão, que estão com a gente no chat. Temporada de número 8 começando aí e a galera já tendo que se adaptar bastante coisa. DK vai colocar pra gente um pouquinho mais do conhecimento do jogo. Ele que já conseguiu partida com 30 kills ontem, né, DK? Tá tranquilo essa temporada, né?
Tá tranquilo, a gente tem uma facilidade de encontrar algumas kills aí nas partidas solo squad, então acaba que também com essa atualização da nova temporada aí acaba que ficou um pouco mais tranquilo de encontrar bastante pessoas, né? O mapa foi totalmente modificado aí, então tem muita coisa nova, então a gente já pode ver que o Fox já tá experimentando aí, cair nesse navio pirata aí e conseguindo um lootzinho até agradável, vamos dizer, de primeira instância.
Pois é, já tá com a sua SMG ali, já tomou 2 mini shields, tá bem tranquilo, coletando um pouquinho de material. São 7 quedas hoje, 7 quedas amanhã, 7 quedas no domingo, porém hoje é solo, amanhã e domingo é tudo dupla pra gente acompanhar. Tem os brasileiros da INTZ representando também, que apareceu até a bandeirinha errada, ó. Aqui já temos a primeira possível treta, hein? Vamos ver. O DMO contra o Eric, é Ghost contra a Fnatic, duas organizações muito tradicionais. Aqui.
E grandes jogadores também.
Vamos ver.
Bons jogadores.
Olha só, fazendo toda a construção, quebrando a parede, utilizando o seu material da forma mais honesta possível ali. Tem uma pump, editor. Bem complicada a situação aqui, hein? O material daqui a pouco vai ficar escasso, nossa senhora! Uma balaça pra começar, DK 111, tava sem shield, já eliminado, então a primeira kill rolou e o DMO consegue ficar com essa primeira eliminação, hein?
Nossa, cara. Eric Trisps era um dos grandes nomes aí da Fnatic, então ele vinha como um dos favoritos. Então é um dos primeiros campeonatos que eu vejo ele participando, então acabava que eu esperava mais do Eric Trisps, mas infelizmente ele já foi morto aí.
Bom, podemos ter a segundo confronto aqui já na telinha. Temos o Smith, vai fazendo a sua edição aqui pra se movimentar, enquanto o Devik também vai coletando já um pouquinho de material, quebrando as paredes ali pra tentar escapar. Ele que está aqui com uma Tactical cinza. Situaçãozinha mais ou menos, ó, já deve ter tido treta por ali, mas é tanta coisa acontecendo no mapa, cara, que a gente não vai nunca conseguir pegar toda a ação. O final do jogo é que fica aquela emoção, né, DK? Você que participa bastante de scrim, bastante desse tipo de coisa, sabe mais como que é aí o final de jogo, que nesse nível de jogo todo mundo tá sempre ali junto nas últimas safes, né?
Ah, no final de jogo é bem complicado, porque acaba que se qualquer vacilo que você der ali, você já paga com a vida ou acaba tomando um tiro que faz total diferença no final de jogo, porque nesse tipo de nível de jogo sempre vai terminar em cura. É muito difícil você ver uma partida terminando em questão de kill e tudo mais. Então acaba que fica um pouco complicado se esse pessoal aí não souber lidar com as curas, hein?
Olha só aqui, o Kuna vai fazendo a sua edição, tem um jogador na frente dele, foi pra cima com a laser, rapaz do céu, muito dano. E ele não tomou quase nada, pampado ali e consegue a finalização. Vai garantir já 90 jogadores e mandou a dancinha ainda. Tá liberado isso aí, DK, na screen ou não?
Isso aí é uma falta de respeito, mas alguma galera aí acaba levando na brincadeira, hein? Mas tá provocando. Kuna é um grande nome, é um dos favoritos para esse campeonato, tanto ele quanto o duo dele amanhã. Então pode ficar de olho nesse cara aí, que esse cara aí vai dar trabalho.
Pois é, só lembrando então pro pessoal, né? Amanhã são os duos, hoje o torneio é solo, já acaba hoje, são 7 quedas solo. Quem ficar melhor ranqueado vai garantir, então, a vitória aí no dia de hoje. Aí amanhã e domingo rolam, então, 14 quedas, né? 7 no sábado, 7 no domingo, 14 quedas para o duo. Acompanhando aqui nos canais da BBL Sports, a transmissão oficial em português, né? Em parceria aí da BBL com a Epic.
torcer para que essa parceria seja muito longa, muito duradoura, que a gente possa ter bastante coisa de Fortnite aqui no Brasil. Olha só, o Kripa e o Mif ali, hein? O Mif também um dos grandes nomes, um streamer, jogador da Solo Mid, né? A TSM. Vamos ver esse duelo aqui. Parece que o Kripa já tá com o high, hein, DK?
Tá no high, tá no high. Se ele perder o high...
Tomou um tapão ali e é...
Nossa,
rapaz, granada de fedor.
finalizado.
E ele vai ser eliminado. Muito bem jogado pelo Mif. Consegue a sua primeira eliminação ali, DK. Mesmo com o high... Explica essa, DK. Mesmo com o high, ele perdeu. E agora?
Mesmo no high, ele não soube aproveitar. Tem que aprender um pouco mais aí de como pegar o high, né? Então ele não conseguiu segurar muito bem. Levou um tiro muito grande ali do Mif, que tá voltando aos seus velhos tempos de glória, vamos dizer.
Vamos lá, ó, mais uma luta aqui acontecendo. A gente acompanha o Beehive. Ele que tá ali com uma fenda portátil, né? Pode utilizar, tem a fogueira também, kit médico. A sua...
Essa troca não é nada interessante pra ele, hein? Ele tem que sair daí o mais rápido possível, porque ele tem um combo de armas ali muito bom. Então já tem um kit e uma fogueira, então isso é muito importante no campeonato desse nível. Então ele tem que tentar sair o mais rápido possível, mas ele tá preso ali no meio de 2 jogadores.
Pois é, o Skyt tá ali embaixo, DMO já pode ter o seu segundo confronto. Tem o Funk Bomb aqui, jogador da FaZe Clan. Vai também pegando as informações, ó, 4 jogadores meio próximos, hein? Daqui a pouquinho pode ter confronto ali próximo ao navio. Vamos ver o que essa galera vai aprontar. DK, o que você achou aí dessa nova temporada? Os canhões?
Bom,
você gostou do novo mapa?
Eu particularmente eu gostei bastante. Eu sempre fui muito fã de ter mobilidade no mapa, em questões naturais mesmo do próprio mapa. Então com essa atualização aí, tem muita coisa nova, tem muita coisa boa, tem muito recurso. Então acaba que o pessoal pode explorar muito essas novas áreas aí, pode ter bastante loot bom, porque acaba que toda atualização ela vem com um buff em questão de material, em questão de recurso, de loot. Então o pessoal caindo e ficando próximo dessas regiões, eles vão conseguir ter um bom loot, cara. E particularmente eu gostei bastante, cara. Eu achei bem interessante, tava precisando de uma mudança drástica, bruta no jogo. Então isso... tá sendo bem interessante de ver um campeonato a nível e todo mundo sem nenhum conhecimento aí. Vamos ver que se é quem souber mais explorar essa área, eu acho que vai ter mais facilidade de ganhar aí o jogo.
Interessante, vamos acompanhar. O Jordan tá indo pra cima aqui. O Seth quase se complicando, tem que construir a edição bela, a escada muito bem posicionada, ganhou o high ground e vai acabar caindo. Meu Deus, que baile que o Jordan tomou! Foi pra cima do adversário errado, DK.
Que é isso, mano. Ele tomou um edit muito grande ali de cima do telhado, ele não percebeu. Quando ele percebeu, o adversário já tava dentro da box dele e caiu dentro da box, cara. Se não tiver trap, ou é 200, ou é tchau e bens.
Humilhado. Bom, tomou a decisão errada, acabou se complicando. E é isso, é a primeira queda, vocês vão acompanhando conosco. Pessoal que tá no chat aí, um bom dia a todos. Vamos ver, ó, quebrando aqui a construção, editando. Escadinha mais uma vez bem posicionada, puxou a pump e mais um baita tiraço. É muito rápida a edição, é muito bom o nível de jogo. E o Domentos consegue fazer a finalização aqui. 2
monstros, eu diria.
Os números vão diminuindo, hein? Olha só, essa treta pode ser grande. Vilex, o Blood... Tem o DMO ali por baixo, no low ground. Vamos ver o que eles vão aprontar por aqui, porque tem muita construção e muita gente próxima. A treta ali por cima, nesse drone, né? Imagens aéreas, um pouquinho mais ali para trás, mais 2 jogadores brigando. Nesse momento pode ser interessante no confronto. Vamos ver, o Gás já tá fechando aí. O Blood tá bem tranquilo. Pode mandar, DK.
Até então a gente não viu nenhum dos brasileiros, né, do File History, então acaba que a gente não tem nenhum conhecimento de onde eles caíram, qual foi a decisão que eles estão tomando. Então acaba que o pessoal acaba ficando um pouco apreensivo. Dentro da box de novo.
Caiu ali dentro,
caiu
não tinha
na box,
trap,
já era.
Aí Já se complicou.
Caiu na box, já era. Eu tô sentindo um jogo bem rápido. O pessoal tá procurando bastante kill. Eu acho que esses primeiros jogos eles utilizarem pra poder pegar bastante kill. Pontos de kill também são muito importantes.
Sim, sim.
Ainda mais nessa atualização que eles diminuíram o material, mas eles colocaram uma coisa muito importante que é a partir do momento que você pega uma kill, você ganha 50 tanto de shield ou de vida, dependendo se você tiver vida ou não. Então isso acaba que o pessoal procura sempre correr atrás dessas kills. Isso.
Olha só, vamos ver a movimentação aqui, essa treta vai ser grande. Vai quebrando ali as barreiras, os disparos vão sendo efetuados, coloca a proteção, vai fazendo ali a tentativa de quebrar madeira, já pegou a informação, tem gente por ali, é o DMO, ele que já tem uma kill. Foi uma das primeiras aqui, eliminações que rolou, eliminação feita do DMO pra cima do Eric Triceps. Vamos ver a presença do Blood ali, segue por cima. 76 jogadores vivos ainda, como o DK falou, a gente ainda não viu a presença, né, não sabemos nem onde caíram, nem o que estão fazendo neste momento os dois jogadores brasileiros, o Fai e o History. Ainda não foram colocados na tela pra gente poder acompanhar aqui como que eles estão se adaptando, como que eles vão jogar essa 8ª temporada. Só pra falar pra galera que tá acompanhando com a gente, DK, a gente tem a transmissão rolando também no Facebook e no YouTube, oficiais aí da BBL. Se você segue o DK no Twitter ou me segue, com certeza você viu o nosso tweet e lá tem um link, né? O tweet que foi feito pela própria W7M aí, organização na qual o DK representa. E lá tem os links da transmissão que você pode acompanhar. O YouTube, tem também o Facebook da BBL Esportes. E tem aqui na Twitch, claro, onde a gente já está na BBL Esportes de número 2. Vamos lá. DK, olha só, pra onde que tá fechando ali? Pra cratera, hein?
É bem importante. Tem um dos melhores drops aí no momento que eu percebi. Você pode sair com bastante ferro, que é uma coisa muito importante no final de jogo, pra você não ter aquele problema de construir algum adversário, quebrar facilmente a sua construção. E também, né, a quantidade de árvores ali em volta. Nossa.
Eu tô procurando aqui onde que tá o Fa e o History, cara. Eles
Se
estão
eu
vivos,
for-
ó. Eu tô vendo a transmissão do mapinha aqui, eles estão vivos, mas...
Eu palpitaria que eles estão vindo da parte sul do mapa. O conhecimento, assim, de imaginar onde eles caem aqui nas screens brasileiras, né? Eles caem mais pela parte do
legal.
sul.
Ó, o Camo achou ali o Stomping, tem que tomar cuidado. Ele tá com o high ground, vai fazendo a sua movimentação aqui. O Camo, lembrando que o dia hoje é completamente de solos. Vai se fechar aqui pra não se complicar. Tá escutando a movimentação, vai tomar o seu mini shield muito bem no escudo, hein? 5 escudinhos ali e mais 2 shieldões, né? Tem o Cloud ali também que está tomando... Eu acho que é um shieldão também. Mais 50 de escudo pra ele. Mais treta vai se aproximando. Muita gente aqui próxima, porque a safe já vai começando a fechar daqui a pouquinho. A presença aqui do Camo mais uma vez tentando editar e se posicionar bem, ó. Vai sair o jogador, vai ficar na tela dele. Acertou 60 de dano. E agora ele edita. Muito bem, tá numa posição de muita vantagem. Ali o jogador da Vitality caiu. Foi eliminado pelo Hope. E agora o Camo vai subindo, vai fazendo a sua movimentação. O Mif tá por aqui, tá fechadinho. O Cloud também está ali. A presença são 6, 7 jogadores aqui pra essa luta, hein? A situação vai ser intensa.
E vamos ficar de olho aí no Camo, que ele é um jogador de PS4 e é um dos grandes jogadores da Ghost. Além do Mitro ali também, só que ele tá um pouco sem vida, mas é um jogador perigoso de qualquer forma.
Vamos ver. Bom, né, nesse nível de jogo aqui, DK, como você se porta numa screen, por exemplo, você foca mais em pegar escudo, cura, uma pump e uma SMG, uma pump e uma R já tá de bom tamanho, ou você foca 3, 4 armas, 2 curas, tem essa de separar os slots pra tal coisa ou não?
Tem, porque primeiramente, às vezes você tem que abdicar da sua SMG, né, que é a sua terceira arma no caso, para poder levar algum tipo de recurso, ou tipo de bomba, ou que seja cura, enfim. Porque acaba que você precisa ter um pouco de pressão no mapa, você precisa ter um pouco de recurso para poder se proteger. Porque nesse tipo de campeonato assim de alto nível, não é fácil você conquistar uma kill. Porque todos os jogadores são bons jogadores de alto nível, então acaba que não tem tanta facilidade assim de você, vou pegar uma kill aqui para me poder ganhar uma vida e etc. Então acaba que o pessoal acaba abdicando da SMG aí, ou até mesmo deixando a R para trás. Eu já vi grandes jogadores deixar a R e levar apenas SMG e tendo aquele close range. Então acaba que é sempre muito bom levar mais cura do que 3 armas, vamos dizer.
Perfeito. É isso. Temos a presença aí do DK, que tá fazendo todo o insight, toda a visão profissional do jogo pra gente, essa experiência de screen, um cenário completamente diferente de quem tá acostumado a jogar apenas uma quedinha normal, né, DK? É outro jogo, né?
E ó, e tem informações aqui. Fá infelizmente caiu, hein?
Fá caiu?
Morreu, mas não sabemos ainda pra quem.
Vamos ver, tô tentando procurar aqui, A gente tem uma tela secundária, é verdade, uma telinha secundária, daqui a pouquinho eu coloco pra vocês acompanharem. Olha só, o Provoke vai tentando achar os disparos ali pela janelinha que ele editou. A galerinha no chat já manda aquele F em respeito. Morreu, mas passa bem, o Fá com certeza. O History ainda está vivo. Deixa eu aproveitar então, enquanto essa treta vai se desenrolando, só colocar o mapinha na tela pra galera, ó. Esse então é o mapa. Daqui a pouquinho o Fá vai aparecer ali, cinzado, né, ao lado esquerdo.
Nossa, olha essa safe, cara.
Ó, e o History aparece iluminado, ou seja, ainda está vivo o History. Daqui a pouquinho a gente vai descobrir onde eles estão. Tá aí o Jarkos. Tá muito bem posicionado. A presença aqui dele editando, fazendo o seu trabalho, vai quebrando as barreiras. Tem uma fogueira, também um jump pad e 4 traps. Tá interessante, ó. Tá com a termal aqui, hein? Arma muito boa pra esse momento, pra pegar informações. Vai achando os jogadores ali e tentando fazer os disparos. E essa safe, DK?
Essa é a safe mais importante, cara, porque é onde vai começar toda a rotação. Então, pra quem tem jump pad, pra quem tem rift de mão, é a hora de utilizar. Então, olha, o pessoal já tá indo de skateboard ali, ó, o Liquid. Então acaba que quem se movimentar primeiro, acho que acaba tendo um pouco mais de vantagem pro que os últimos. Porque se você deixar demorar pra rotacionar, todo mundo que tiver na safe vai te focar e vai ser um problema muito grande, cara.
Vamos ver essa movimentação. O Zik pegou ali o glider para ele poder se jogar em segurança, conseguir percorrer até uma maior distância. Mas ele vai, por enquanto, editando, vai construindo. Não tá se jogando não, ele quer ir para essa treta aqui. O Zik se movimentou, tem que tomar muito cuidado, a safe vai fechando os momentos de tensão. São 44 jogadores ainda. Tá por aqui, ainda não tomou dano de queda, mas agora... De queda não, dano do gás, mas agora ele tomou um tiro ali. Perdeu quase que 60 do seu escudo, teve que utilizar o seu jump pad, agora tem apenas uma torreta. Vamos ver o que ele vai aprontar por aqui. Ia tomar um mini
History pegou uma kill, hein?
Opa!
History adquiriu uma kill ali em cima do Jarkos.
Bom demais pra nós, hein? É ponto de kill importante pro ranking. Vamos ver, tá ele ali bem no meinho, ó. INTZ History, vamos ver. Tá quietinho, ele não tá no high, ele tá no low, DK.
Tá no low, isso é bom. Isso é bom porque acaba que todo mundo foca o high, então... Ainda mais nessa, como eu comentei mais cedo, nessa mudança de material que diminuiu. Você não pode ficar gastando muito material, então...
Pois é.
Isso é bom pra ele.
Vamos ver a movimentação aqui do Alpha, jogador da Natus Vincere. A presença ali do Nate, Smith, ali no meio. O Vivid, jogador da Liquid, Provoke, toda a galerinha no meio, ó, NRG. As grandes organizações também já sendo representadas aqui no Fortnite. Ghost, Fnatic, Natus Vincere, Liquid, FaZe, INTZ. A organização brasileira aí sendo representada lá na Polônia, em Katowice. Agora são 2 e pouquinho da tarde lá na Polônia. Teremos 7 quedas, lembrando que essa ainda é a primeira, ó. 37 jogadores vivos nesse momento. O Zed tem que tomar bastante cuidado por aqui. Mais uma utilização de jump pad. O Jess tá ali embaixo, bem sossegadinho na dele. Vamos ver o
Isso
Biso,
aí,
hein?
muito bem na partida, hein? Muito bem, tá full shield, full vida. Tá fazendo uma rotação bem tranquila ali, pelo que eu tava observando.
Acertou
Então,
o disparo
isso
de
é-
shotgun. E ai, tomou um
trap.
tirambaço.
Foi uma trap.
Foi trap, boa. 150 de vida ali, o jogador cai dentro dele. Olha só, que
conseguiu
frieza,
finalizar.
hein? Que frieza. E esse
Conseguiu.
bônus da eliminação ajuda bastante ali, principalmente por estar dentro do gás, pra ter um respiro pra poder sair correndo. Vamos ver a movimentação aqui, ele vai usar a sua fogueira. Vai também tomar o escudo. Tem 2 fogueiras ainda no inventário. E olha só a bagunça que vai virar agora, amigo. O DMO caiu, hein? O DMO é eliminado. O Gemside tá no mais alto high possível. O DK está com inveja neste momento.
Gostaria muito de estar participando de um evento desse, ainda mais no high. Seria muito bom, sim.
Vamos ver aqui a presença do Gemside.
History caiu.
O History foi eliminado. O Show editou bem demais. 105 de dano. Headshot, sorte que tinha um escudo ali. Vai buscando o Zeit. Tá se movimentando na safe. O Biso tá chegando também. A safe vai caminhando. O Zeit tomou muito dano, caiu, hein? Zeit eliminado. O Gemside tá chegando ali por cima. Vai parar pra tomar o que? Um escudinho. Ainda tem mais um no seu inventário.
Nossa!
Pulou, quase deu a chance pro azar, hein? Quase
Grande
se
jogada
complicou.
do Biso, hein? O Biso percebeu ali que o Jumpside estava se curando e ele conseguiu pegar o high ground com muita facilidade, mas o Jumpside já tá tomando providência ali pra derrubar o Biso, velho.
São 7 pessoas vivas ainda. O Vini tá ali por baixo. Tem o Skyte, vamos ver. Ó, o Biso aqui tá no high máximo. É o jogador a ser caçado neste momento. São 4 jogadores agora. O Vini no low extremo, o Biso no high extremo. Ele vai se movimentando. O material aqui complicado. O Smith caiu e agora um x1. Vamos ver. Será que o high leva vantagem? Ele construiu, tomou dano de queda. Mas ainda tem o kit, vai utilizando sua R, tem 2 shotguns, uma P90, pode fazer um estrago por aqui. Ele buscou o disparo, acabou sofrendo dano, 25 de shield, 81 ainda de HP. Vai fazendo a movimentação, tentando quebrar ali o Vini. Olha só a edição, 29 apenas de dano. Nossa senhora, que tiraço que ele tomou, vai ser no detalhe. O Biso leva a melhor DK. Impressionante o que ele jogou, que sprayzinho concentrado, DK.
Que isso, cara. Biso, o último campeão do último campeonato, o primeiro campeonato do ano. Então, ele tava vindo como favorito e mostrando aí que realmente está numa fase excepcional, incrível, cara. Incrível, é o jogador a ser batido mais uma vez nesse campeonato, cara. Que isso.
Sensacional, hein? Rapaz, que vitória, olha aí. Trazendo pra casa, meu. É isso. Os pontos da vitória, 4 eliminações, se eu não me engano. Deixa eu mutar o clean feed aqui pra gente continuar trocando ideia. Mas é isso, DK. A primeira queda foi pra conta aí. O que você esperava? Foi mais ou menos o que aconteceu? Não teve tanta alteração assim do que você imaginava? Ou teve bastante? Essa 8ª temporada teve alguma influência no primeira partida aí, digamos, oficial em um torneio?
Eu esperava um jogo mais safe, mais tranquilo por conta das atualizações. Então acabava que mudou muita coisa no mapa e deu muito lugar de spot novo. Então eu esperava que seria um jogo mais tranquilo, mas a galera acabou tomando a decisão de ir mais pra trocação, focou mais nas kills. Pode ser por conta da primeira partida. Então é uma coisa que eu fiquei um pouco espantado, vamos dizer. Porque não era o que eu esperava da partida, mas mais uma vez aí mostrando que os melhores jogadores do mundo estão sempre na final e mostrando que vieram para ganhar. Então vamos ver se os brasileiros ainda conseguem boas colocações. O History fez uma boa partida, chegando até o final ali nas últimas saves. Então não vimos como ele morreu, não temos noção, então acaba que não tem como os palpitar.
Não mostraram nada, né? Não deu pra ver
nada.
Nem como eles caíram, nem nada, né?
Tanto do Fá quanto do History, né? Então fica essa dúvida aí de como eles caíram, como foi a rotação, onde eles caíram no mapa. Mas fico feliz de ver o History chegando nas 6 finais e vamos ver.
É isso, então a gente vai deixar aqui a galera trocando ideia, fazendo aquela análise, vamos tomar uma aguinha, aquela visitinha ao banheiro e voltamos daqui a pouquinho para a segunda queda. Eu e o DK aqui com vocês. Obrigado demais pela presença aí de todo mundo que tá acompanhando com a gente. Ó, o Lucas Canadá tá no chat, o PDR, o Souza Kex, Duardo, César Augusto, L3, o PFzinho tá aqui também. Conhece o PFzinho, DK?
Rapaz, esse cara aí eu tenho conhecimento um pouco dele, viu?
Então é isso, a gente volta daqui a pouquinho, mas não saiam daí, ainda temos mais 6 quedas pro dia de hoje, hein? Um grande abraço, até daqui a pouquinho, DK.
Até mais.
When you come into that kind of final circle, there's 40 players, like top tier players all together. How does it feel to play? How does mindset change? How does it feel to be in that moment?
I'm playing against the best players all the time, and it's nothing different. Just play your game, and it's proven to work. I've been winning games for a while now, and it just goes my way most of the time.
I've been playing in front of this live audience, this amazing audience here as well, playing against these top players. How much of an experience is for you as well as a player being here in this major, enjoying being here with everyone today?
This is insane. This is probably the biggest crowd I've ever seen at a Fortnite event, so it's a first time for me, and I'm just glad to see all the people enjoying it.
Well, Bizzle, you are the Game 1 winner. Confidence, you know, I think you got, was it 4 eliminations there? You got yourself the win as well. Points are starting to tally up. Confidence must be sky high right now for the rest of the tournament.
Confidence is high, but it's a big series, and I need to play good throughout the whole series. Still got 6 games to go, and hopefully I can take another 1 or 2 wins.
Well, one more time, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Game 1 winner. It's Bizzle! Best of luck with the rest of the tournament, buddy. Mark, back to you guys. What a great start to this competition.
Fantastic stuff, and great to hear from Bizzle there. A couple of things that stood out for me. Experience, saying he's been in these situations so many times now. He plays against the best in the world all the time. These endgame situations don't phase it.
And that's, I think, so important to realize. Like, to be really good at Fortnite, you have to experience all these situations time and time again to learn how to deal with them. And for him, it just seemed like, even in the interview, it's like another day at work, right? It was like, all right, another game, easy. It didn't seem like he was flustered. It didn't seem like he was, you know, like super excited. I mean, obviously he won, but he realized, as he said in the interview, that's just game 1. There's still 6 more to come.
Bizzle there just trying to contain his excitement. I don't know if you were watching, but like he is always primed and ready to retake high ground at all moments. You know, he knows the guy up top might run out of mats soon, and as soon as that happens, as soon as he senses some sort of weakness, he pounces. So we see this every single game, definitely going for the high ground, or at least being positioned to go for the high ground.
So obviously one thing we should point out as well is, you know, we have North America taking home the first win of the day. We were hoping for I'm just saying, obviously, I didn't want to say it because you're stood next to me, and I wasn't looking forward to the rapturous reaction to me saying that. It is an international tournament. One fight that really stood out for me, and we were watching it back as we do see some of these replays coming in from our game number 1. Eric versus Demo at the start. I think this is the first competitive battle at a live event that Eric had. And he went down to Demo. Demo took that battle and absolutely put him on his back. He actually chunked him with a pump to kick things off. How do you come back from that? When you're going up against one of the best players in the world, it's your first time in a lobby with these players at a live event, and you go down in your first battle against one of the best in the world. It's a tough one to bounce back from, right? You kind of have, that's a learning on the job at its best.
I think you just kind of forget about it, right? You can't let any one of those eliminations or any one of your misplays or missteps put you on tilt. You know, you have to keep your focus throughout the entire series. It was just one game, right? It's just one round. It's not a big deal. You still have 6 more to go. There's no rush to perform at like the top level just yet. And I think he was happier to go down to someone like Demo than to someone he didn't recognize as well.
Yeah, I think that's very true. It's a very good way to look at it. That's going to do it all for our game number 1, though, ladies and gentlemen. Bizzle takes home your first victory royale of the day. We're going to go for a break right now. When we're back, it's time for game number 2.
Think she can't get a last-second clutch? Watch this. Think he can't carry his team while streaming in high resolution? All the while recording a once-in-a-lifetime win? Watch this. Think leveling up only happens in-game? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, they'll rise to every challenge. Now it's your turn. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Why are you watching me when this could be you?
This is so you.
Classic you. And this could be us.